This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a Wanaka designer creates a wetsuit idea for lake swimming. A Queenstown school raises funds with a tour of the area's unique homes. And a massive pre-order of cheese rolls raises funds for the Dunedin Hospice. Tēnā koutou katoa, namahi o te ahiahi nei, kia ora, I'm Simon Anderson. A Wanaka-based designer is now releasing his second prototype of something he believes no one else in the world is making. It's a wetsuit purpose-designed for swimming in freshwater lakes.
Swimmers in the annual Ruby Swim in Lake Wanaka can now use wetsuits designed by one of the event's organisers, Eddie Spearing. His specialised wetsuit aims to assist swimmers by giving extra buoyancy in the water.
So the idea is to get a person level in the water rather than a sinker. So trying to bring you up level, you need more buoyancy in certain positions of the body to get you level in the water.
Trained as a mechanical design engineer and a keen lake swimmer himself, Spearing wanted to create a wetsuit that would keep swimmers warm in the cold lake water and also make them visible to boat and jet ski users on the lake. While developing his design, he went online to look for ideas from other manufacturers and was surprised to discover no one else was making wetsuits purpose-built for freshwater swimming.
So I did a lot of research looking at what existing manufacturers made a wetsuit for freshwater swimming, and I thought there has to be one, and there wasn't one. There isn't one. Everywhere I looked, there wasn't one. So I thought, well, I'm just going to carry on and go the next stage.
He had his original prototype wetsuits made in China, but has now switched factories to Thailand, largely for ethical reasons.
Even though China can do anything that it wants, it makes brilliant wetsuits, I do have an issue with other factors that happen in China. It would be wrong for me to say I don't really agree with how the Chinese government operate, but it's okay, they make real cheap product, I'll carry on, thanks very much.
The suits received positive reviews across the world and retail for about $750. In Wanaka, The South Today.
A car became well involved in fire on State Highway 1 north of Dunedin today. Emergency services were called to the scene on the Kilmog just after 10 this morning. Police say a car and grass were on fire and a lane of the highway was partially blocked. The sole occupant of the vehicle was out of the car and uninjured. Waitati Volunteer Fire Brigade Station Officer Richard Templeton says it appears a mechanical fault was behind the fire. A primary school in Queenstown has started a fundraiser with a difference, organising a tour of interesting local houses. The tour takes in 7 different homes and gardens in the Wakatipu Basin.
This stylish Queenstown house, made of straw bales, wrapped in chicken wire and then covered in plaster, is just one of 7 homes that were open to the public for the inaugural Wakatipu house tour.
It's all been recycled, like it's old bridge beams and wool sheds, and everything is upcycled.
More than 170 people turned up for a close look at the intriguing house designs, which was organised as a fundraiser for Shotover Primary School.
It's the first time that a school has done a fundraiser like this, so we wanted to have something new on the events calendar for schools, and also we hope that it would appeal to a broad range of people, not just families at schools.
The self-drive tour covered a wide range of styles of homes.
We've got the passive house, amazing views and all the technology under the sun to keep it running really efficiently. We've got a beautiful Tim Wilson Artist Museum residence, so that's a stunning property which is becoming the museum of Tim Wilson's work and his collections with his husband Vaj. It's a stunning property, and then we've got other really interesting and unique properties which we're delighted to have.
The tour also included a picnic in a garden at Lake Hayes. In Queenstown, the South Today.
A cyclist has been taken to hospital after being hit by a car in Southland yesterday. Police and ambulance were called to the intersection of Clyde and 4th Streets in Invercargill just before 4 p.m. yesterday. St John says one person was taken to Southland Hospital with moderate injuries. In another Southland crash earlier in the day, 2 people were injured in a collision between a car and truck on State Highway 6 north of Invercargill. Police say 2 people were taken to Southland Hospital in this case with moderate injuries. The Dunedin Hospice is set to receive a cash donation of $20,000. This is thanks to a volunteer army preparing to assemble almost 10,000 individual cheese rolls.
Ashley Thompson remembers how crucial it was to have the Otago Hospice available to look after her dying mother last year.
Mum's cancer was quite a painful cancer, and so I don't know how we would have done it by ourselves, to be honest.
She's wanted to give back and hit on the idea of selling 100 dozen cheese rolls to raise about $1,000 for the hospice. But pre-orders for her cheese rolls have far exceeded her expectations.
It has grown exponentially. It's been crazy. It's been a really, really cool thing to be a part of.
She's now got orders for nearly 800 dozen cheese rolls, which will raise about $10,000.
773 is the number of bought cheese rolls. I'm getting all the products and stuff to make 780, with the idea that the extra 7 dozen will go to hospice.
Quality Bakers is donating the bread, Anchor is donating the milk, Evansdale the cheese, and a number of people are offering their time to assemble the cheese rolls in early April.
A really cool thing is that I've had some support from, sports teams and things like that are kind of keen to help for volunteers. Lots of people may not necessarily have been in a position to donate, but are able to donate their time, which is amazing.
Oceana Gold have also jumped on board, offering to match Thompson's fundraising efforts dollar for dollar. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, Skifield see their fortunes sliding if international operators aren't welcomed, and we get a glimpse at how family can help in the transition to university. Ka kite akua nei.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Hi, it's Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Our 3 stores have got a deal for you. We're going hard, we're going early, so we've gone hard on the prices, 50% off, a great selection. Shorts, look at all these shorts. T-shirts, they're all half price. Check out all those tees along there. What about all these ones down here? Also at a great saving, 50% off. We're going hard, we're going early. Polo shirts, short sleeve shirts, there's such a variety.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
It's the Alex Campbell Menswear. Go hard, go early, summer sale. Don't miss this one.
Ah, TV, our favourite babysitter. But it can be tough keeping up with what our tamariki are watching. Luckily, the Broadcasting Standards Authority has made some smart changes to the classification labels. Ooh! Plus changes to the time of day certain rated shows will air, and awesome new parental lock features, meaning your babysitter's job is safe. Find out more at safeviewing.co.nz.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Absolutely good time, you should come.
Nā mai anō, welcome back. Ski areas have sent an urgent appeal to the government to bring international workers into the country ahead of this winter's ski season. Without them, some ski areas will not be able to operate at all, and others may be only able to operate at 50%. Ski areas say highly specialised roles within the industry, such as ski patrol, ski instructors, lift technicians and snow groomers, are essential to safe operation. Those roles are generally filled by a small number of workers who travel between hemispheres for the ski season. These workers are currently unable to enter the country due to COVID-19 border closures. And National Party leader Judith Collins is continuing to call for a trans-Tasman bubble. She says if the Prime Minister continues to drag her heels, she'll end up with the death of Queenstown on her. Collins says talks have now stretched over 9 months and there is no sign of a two-way bubble. She says if Australia can set up a system that allows travel with the flexibility to close the borders again during an outbreak, then New Zealand should be able to do so as well. Jacinda Ardern says there is a risk that New Zealanders could end up stranded in Australia or having to isolate upon their return. The transition from high school in Wellington to the University of Otago in Dunedin has been a big step for Johannes Etuiati. But the Samoan-born 18-year-old says it's a little easier because he has a large family group on the Otago campus with him this year.
For some people, family is everything. But for some, leaving home and coming to university is a chance to leap into the great wide open, fledging from the family nest. But when 18-year-old Johannes Etuiati moved from Wellington to Dunedin to study at the University of Otago, he knew he'd be welcomed by familiar arms.
As a first year student, obviously the transition from college into university is a hard step, but having a family already established and familiar with the university definitely helps a lot.
10 members of the tight-knit Etuiati family are attending the university this year. Johannes says there's no escaping the family at home, as his flatmate is his first cousin Patrick, who he sees every morning. But Johannes says sometimes he says g'day in non-verbal ways.
It's just the old head nod, because every now and then we get sick of seeing each other, but it's definitely nice having everyone around.
That said, he says there are regular large family gatherings of between 20 and 30 people, which keeps the family connected in Dunedin.
We usually meet up most Sundays at church, and then we'll have a big lunch together. But yeah, it definitely helps make the process much smoother moving into university, having family here.
His uncle, Tema Alalima Etuiati, is a church minister who's continuing his theological studies past the doctorate he already holds. He says church is very important to the family.
Back in Samoa, and our family in Samoa were very close. Every third Sunday of every month, our family in Samoa gathers together and has a family gathering and worship just to thank God for each month. And that's what we're doing here in Dunedin as well. We gather together every third Sunday each month, so we can thank God for the opportunity that we have been given, being here in Dunedin and Otago University, because it's a blessing.
Reverend Alailima Etioati says outside of Samoa, Dunedin has surpassed Auckland and is now home to the largest group of the Etioati clan.
We are very close. For all of my nieces and nephews, I see them as my sons and daughters. That's how close we are. Cousins, brothers and sisters, all their children are our children.
His parents and most of his brothers and sisters remain in Samoa. But Reverend Alailima Etioati says as so many of the family have moved to Dunedin, the city is becoming more attractive to others. The Reverend says he's lived in Auckland but finds it too cluttered. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, Otago Polytech flourishes in spite of an international student shortfall, and the midweek's weather may be looking up. Hei koko ake nei.
Hey, what have you got? Okay. Chicks World, party time, excellent. Love it. Chicks World. Chicks World.
Hi, it's Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Our 3 stores have got a deal for you. We're going hard, we're going early, so we've gone hard on the prices, 50% off, a great selection. Shorts, look at all these shorts. T-shirts, they're all half price. Check out all those tees along there. What about all these ones down here? Also at a great saving, 50% off. We're going hard, we're going early. Polo shirts, short sleeve shirts, there's such a variety.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
It's the Alex Campbell Menswear, go hard, go early, summer sale. Don't miss this one.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Hoki mai anō, welcome back. The Otago Polytechnic is nearly full to the brim with New Zealand students this year, and the institution is due to post a surplus of more than $1 million. The school has seen a 20% increase in domestic students, which is the equivalent of almost 800 full-time students. Despite an almost halved number of international enrolments, the school's overall enrolments are more than 10% greater than last year. Demand for courses range from construction programs to health and well-being, as well as design and creative courses. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A Wanaka designer has created a wetsuit idea for lake swimming. A Queenstown school is raising funds with a tour of the area's unique homes. And a massive pre-order of cheese rolls has raised funds for the Dunedin Hospice. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we have Craig Page with us this evening. Kia ora, Craig.
Good evening. Yeah, all eyes on Auckland, I guess, as we speak at the moment. It's exhausting watching this yachting. I don't know about anyone else. But, of course, Team New Zealand winning the first race of the day to be on match point. And, the other boat, of course, in front for much of it, and then Team New Zealand coming on towards the end to win. So, and now we're waiting to see what's happening up there. The race was due to start at 5:45. The wind died down. They're now looking at a 5 to 6 start. But have to start before 6 o'clock, or we all may be back tomorrow. So we'll have updates on our website throughout the evening and full wrap tomorrow's paper as well. Interesting story out of Winton at the moment, which is causing a few issues in the deep south. The owners of AB Limes, a company down there, has lodged consent to expand a landfill so they can become capable of taking rubbish from throughout the lower South Island. It's been a landfill since 2004, but now they're wanting to improve its capacity and become the premier landfill in the south. I'm not sure that's a title you want, I don't know. You can imagine it's not going down so well with locals, and petitions have already started in opposition, basically saying regions should look after their own rubbish, and there's probably a good point with that as well. So, there's plenty of issues there, so a good story to have a nosy at. We've also got a nice story about a pair of Syrian refugee sisters who are making a bit of a name for themselves in Dunedin at the moment, Malik and Nur Akam. They left their home in Aleppo after bombing over there, and now in Dunedin studying accounting, and have just opened a children's clothing store as well. So really doing well. Interesting, Malik, she was married at 14 and had her first child at 15, and thought her days of studying were well and truly over. But moving to Dunedin's opened some new doors for her, and they're really embracing it, so that's great. We've got our fresh pages as well. We talked to a local beer brewer, Grenville Kohi, who was a top graduate at the Polytech brew course in Cromwell last year, and was going to set up a brew house, go back to Invercargill, set that up, but things have changed and he's now working for the course himself. He's taken the opportunities that have presented themselves. Not a bad job. Brewer, I wouldn't have thought either. And just finally on the sporting front, Club Rugby's underway in a couple of weeks' time, but a new initiative has been introduced, and a lot of people will say about time. Highlanders players who come to the region as part of the Highlanders franchise are normally allocated to clubs, but they always seem to go to the top clubs. So they've started a draft system now where clubs get to choose which player they want. Of course, the lowest ranking club gets to choose first. So a bit of an even distribution there. So interesting. My championship winning side, Tyree, of course, missed out because they are the champions. So
might be just as well.
Never mind.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Now for a look at what's happening in the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, the New Zealand flag flutters in the morning's breeze. Looking at the situation, becoming fine in most places tomorrow, the weekend's cold southwesterlies finally easing. Still chilly tomorrow night with frosts possible inland, ahead of fine and sunny weather for Thursday and Friday. We start off at the northwest of the South Island, just partial cloud for Westport and Greymouth on 17 and 18. Then it's 19 and 20 for Nelson and Blenheim. Nelson sees the sun, Blenheim does too, but there's a bit of cloud cover at times. And that sun greets most of Canterbury, cloud only interrupts it slightly in Christchurch. 16 degrees tomorrow in Kaikoura. Christchurch and Ashburton should reach 19 degrees. The southwesterlies continue to blow through the southern towns though, otherwise fine though, all reaching 15 degrees. But those light winds, those winds do lighten in central Otago. 14 degrees with some cloud in Te Anau. It's fine everywhere else. 15 degrees in Queenstown, 16 in Wanaka, and 17 degrees in Alexandra. To the northern towns, where cloud lingers on the coast, the southwesterlies do too in Oamaru on 15 degrees, while Timaru might experience some light winds on 16. Fine inland though, or Marama on 16, Twizel on 17 degrees. In Dunedin, showers clear tonight with an overnight low of 8. There are sunny periods amidst the cloud tomorrow as the southwesterlies slowly dissipate. Should be cold at night though, a high of 15 and a low of 3. But it's fine and sunny on Thursday, just some light northeasterlies developing later, a high of 16 and a low of 5. And in Invercargill, things fine up tonight and cold winds ease, an overnight low of 7. The sun comes out tomorrow as the cloud and southwesterlies ease further, a high of 14 and a low of 2. And it's fine and sunny on Thursday with light winds, a high of 16 and a low of 3 degrees. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Nō reira, kia pai te pō, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.